John here.
And Jack here, hi.
Right, today we're looking at some new Fender Custom Shop guitars that we spec'd out. These are both 60s style guitars. Well, this one's a 59 spec, but I'd still call it a 60s because of rosewood fingerboard. 59, and that's a 61 Strat. I wanted to spec out two kind of really different specs at the end of the spectrum in terms of kind of where they were with the tone and the feel. This one, the 59, is kind of very similar to the Ancho Poblano model that they did. So it's got an absolutely huge, like the biggest Strat neck you can ever possibly imagine. It's that kind of no caster U profile, so it's big and round at the sides, but it's a little bit flatter at the back. And it's also got a set of the Josefina hand wound Ancho Poblano pickups. So it's really big sounding guitar. Kind of does exactly what you expect with the this sort of influence, a big neck, these huge sounding pickups. It's got that big huge Stevie Ray sort of Texas sort of tone that I really love. But I wanted to do something that was perhaps a little bit more friendly to a lot of the guys that don't like these huge necks. I mean, I personally love them, and I think you can really tell the difference in the tone between the guitars. But you may prefer the more traditional sort of Strat tone is what I went for with this one. So this one has got the 60s oval C profile on it, which is much slimmer and more of a regular kind of C profile, and that one has got hand wound 60s pickups in there, so a little bit kind of more Mark Knopfler-y, more Hendrixy. Yeah, definitely brighter and with a bit more of that kind of more mid-scooped kind of John Mayer type sort of sound as well. So what I wanted to do as well, I wanted to get Jack involved because I just make all the guitars sound exactly the same, and I always end up using the same kind of tones and stuff as well. So I'm playing through my traditional kind of like vintage Fender-y type sort of amp. This is the Two Rock Studio Pro, which is just a great blackface type Fender amp, but with a little bit of that Dumble magic thrown in. And Jack's playing through the Mesa Boogie Triple Crown, which you actually own one of those yourself as well. So
love that. But
what I wanted to do is I wanted people to hear kind of a more modern like channel switching amp and stuff. Have you got your delay on there as well?
Got a delay in the loop as well.
Got a delay in the loop because not everyone plays the way that that I sort of play. They play more versatile style like what Jack does. So what we're going to do is we're going to play both guitars through the different amps, just so you can get kind of a feel for how they would sound through kind of like two rigs at like kind of each end of the spectrum. So why don't we start with the 61 then? Yeah. So this is going to be slightly more cleaner. Go through like from clean to kind of dirty to get an idea of how it's going to go.
Cool. So here's the clean channel. Really bright and snappy. I like that.
So it's still got a nice sustain now, hasn't it? On those notes are still ringing out.
Very
nice
much so,
yeah.
Yeah. So here's channel 2, which is a little bit more gain, a bit more crunch. And then if you want some mega filth, here's channel 3.
Put that delay on as well.
With the delay.
Nice. So why don't we? Let me grab that guitar now.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is I'll put it through my rig so you can immediately hear how it responds to a different player and through a different rig as well. So this is through the Two Rock Studio Pro. Right, so I've got a couple of little bits on the floor. I've got a MXR Sugar Drive, a full tone 69 fuzz, and a Keeley Mag Echo. But this is the straight sound, single channel amp, just straight into the amp effectively. So. Which is kind of like how I like to set my kind of bass rhythm, low gain lead sound with just a little bit of kind of edge from the amp.
Sounds mega.
Yeah. Now I'm going to switch on this Sugar Drive. It's become one of my favourite overdrive pedals for a Strat and you know, an amp like this. If we want to go really crazy, I'm going to turn on the fuzz as well. It's going to get noisy. So now what we're going to do is Jack's going to play the 59 through the more modern rig.
Yeah.
And see what you can pull out of that. I think you're going to notice it's got a kind of a thicker, more kind of Texasy sort of sound, and it kind of almost makes you play a little bit more in that sort of style anyway. So yeah. Try that out, Jack. Yeah, more mids there and there straight away.
Yeah, tons of mids. Really found that next.
Yeah, that's going to be killer on that channel 2 now.
Yeah, we'll go to channel 2.
Just makes you play that way. Just do that same riff now, just on this guitar. Doesn't matter about the buzzing and the noises, but you're going to hear what I mean about the size of the neck, how much it impacts the tone.
Clang.
Right, go back to that again, and I'll let you finish that off. I just want people to hear it so you get that direct comparison straight away.
There's more detail in the top end as well.
Yeah, it definitely, those pickups I think are definitely designed to handle the mid gains, and the higher gain sounds a bit better than a traditional kind of vintage pickup. So
yeah, and the bridge pickup's nice and fat as well, which is always a fear with Strats and gain sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, and both these guitars have got tone control, so you can roll it off the bridge pickup as well. So yeah, go on that channel 3, and then why don't you kick on the tumness as well?
Yeah,
let's
see a bit of a boost.
See if we can get it sounding.
And
really
I'll roll the tone down on the guitar a little bit.
That bridge pickup is so fat that when you do go back to the neck pickup, you just like, oh god, that just sounds so stratty.
And I'm not even rolling off that much. No. It's just taking off the edge a little bit. And
it is a fat sounding beast. Right, so let's try that guitar now through my 2-rock that we got here. James can edit out the buzzing. Simples. Right, so again, so we're going straight to the clean or the bypass sound. Here it's just driving the amp even more, and it's keeping everything kind of a little bit tighter. That extra mid-range that it's got is kind of just helping it push through a bit more. I'm going to kick in the sugar drive. Okay, cool. So that's a quick run through of both of the guitars. Just want to quickly say that both guitars have got 10-inch radius fingerboards. This one has got Jescar 6100 size frets on there, and that's got Sanko, as you should know, 6105 frets. So nice and tall, but not quite as wide. So I think the big necks, huge frets, and all that kind of stuff. Great for the Stevie Ray sort of Texas level of tones, whereas this one gives you that more. That's definitely more a versatile kind of Strat sound, I think. But you know, it depends on you know, what's your thing. This is a cool one because with these pickups and all that kind of stuff, you can you don't have to use 13s to get close to that Stevie Ray sound and tune down and stuff. So.
And I would say to anyone as well, don't be put off by that massive neck.
Yeah.
It's so comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, I know more players that have ended up having trouble, you know, with their arms and getting repetitive strain injury through playing, you know, in an uncomfortable position on super thin necks and stuff. So you want a nice big neck, you're going to get a nice big tone, but that's a great example of probably is closer to you know, a more original.
It's just a great, early 60s Strat.
Yeah, and this one, the 59, we've got it available in heavy relic finishes as well. With a more kind of dirty kind of neck on, you know, neck finish on the back. So this one's pretty lightly done, journeyman style. So nice with a torty plate. And same with this, the Fiesta Red one.
Journeyman as well.
Yeah, the journeyman. We've just got those in journeyman finishes, but we went for that because, you know, because it is that more traditional kind of Strat type of look and sound. We thought we'd go for, you know, a lighter aging job like, you know, the old Strats that we've got here. There's not many old Strats that are kind of quite as beat up as Stevie Ray's and Rory Gallagher's, but you know, that's the thing with the custom shop, you can get kind of whatever you want. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and we'll speak to you soon. Cheers.
Thanks.